Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas. You're watching Wide Angle with Ashok Vyas, and today's show is very special because of the presence of someone who was recently in India, and that is how we came to know about Prasun Mishra ji. Prasun ji is a very unique Indian American who came from India to pursue his studies in the field of science. He did his research, and now he has been working to develop the kind of innovative drugs with the help of digital technology, and there is use of robotics and whatnot, artificial intelligence. There are some terms which we hear off and on through newspapers, but we don't know that much how integral they are in helping us get our pathway to a healthy we. And digital health is another term that is becoming talk of the world now. Prasun was in India as a part of the delegation of United States, which was led by President's advisor and his daughter also, Ivanka Trump. This delegation was greeted by none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and many more things happened during that visit. But there is much more that has happened with Prasun ji, who is leading Agility Pharmaceuticals, which is a pharmaceuticals company driven by artificial intelligence, as I mentioned earlier. And let me take this opportunity to welcome Prasun Mishra, who joins us via Skype from his office. Prasun ji, namaskar.
Namaste, Ashok. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to talk to you and share my experiences. Yeah, so when I first came to learn that I would be participating in as a delegate, I had I did not anticipate the level that this would this event so I actually didn't anticipate what I was getting into until I got into it. The event was a grand success, right? And there were entrepreneurs from worldwide attended, and from U.S. Entrepreneurs from 38 states were selected to join the delegation led by Ivanka. So that was the Global Entrepreneurship Summit is summarized as GES, provided a platform for entrepreneurs to come and talk, learn from each other, partner with each other.
What you are achieving here is truly extraordinary. From your childhood selling tea to your election as India's Prime Minister, you've proven that transformational change is possible. And now you are bringing that promise to hundreds of millions of people across your country.
What was interesting that people from different walks of life, like cricketers as Sunil Gavaskar, sports star Sania Mirza, the film makers such as Ronnie Screwvala, Miss World, the current Miss World, Prime Minister Modi and Indian Defense Secretary, from U.S. Ivanka. So there are many luminaries. They came to share their experiences. What has helped them as entrepreneurs. And as Ivanka mentioned about Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that he started his entrepreneurial journey as a child when he was selling the tea, and to becoming Prime Minister of India. So that is a seed of entrepreneurship right there that helped him to become the man. So that, and she also mentioned that India has a friend in White House. So that was, I think, very strong statement in fostering the partnership between the two democracies and supporting the continued collaboration that these two countries have fostered together.
Dr. Prasun Mishra, such a pleasure listening to this experience from you. It must have been a great feeling being an Indian American. So here you are representing America and you are going back to your native land. So it's a double sense of joy and pride for you, probably. Talk to me from that point of view.
Yes, so it is an honor, to be selected to represent the U.S. To the Indian delegates, and then. So just to answer your question, so we all, so since the delegates were from different states, 38 different states, they all flew, separately and arrived at the same place actually. So we met there, and we had great events that were organized for us to connect with each other actually.
And Prasunji, I also remember and recollect having seen a picture with another Prasun with you, and that is Prasun Joshi, a very, very talented lyricist and writer and entrepreneur in his own right, and I believe now he is heading an important organization related to films. Talk to me a little bit about your meeting with Prasun Joshi in India.
Yeah, Prasun and I, we ran into each other, after when we were at the Taj Fortunam Palace, and then he is a namesake, right? We have so Prasun and Prasun, so we had a great discussions about how is the life with the name Prasun, So yeah, that's it's always great. A pleasure to talk to somebody who shares your name, right?
And that too unique name. Prasun means flower, for those who understand in English, or Suman, another word, someone with good mind, if I say in that way. And what were the important takeaways from this India trip for you?
In this city of pearls, the greatest treasure is you. The dreamers, the innovators, entrepreneurs and leaders who never give up, never abandon your aspirations, and always strive for a better tomorrow.
Overall, this was a very productive, meeting for me. I had many meetings with the state governments and also folks that are involved in the healthcare and digital health field actually. So the major stakeholders in trying to find common ground to work together, to partner together and propel the field forward. And we all bonded together as a team, and we had a great response. The media the whole event got a really good press. So media, great thank you to the media for highlighting the contributions of many entrepreneurs who participated, and also there were a great deal of investors who participated actually, and there were a lot of deals that were made right there, investment deals that were made right there. So overall, this event was very, very fruitful.
Talking about your experiences, which is going to enrich us, I always find it interesting to trace the roots. So I understand you come from Mumbai and Varanasi, both places in India. Talk to us a little bit about your journey that began in America, and what was the dream with which you came here?
Yeah, so so that's a very interesting question that you ask. So I come from a family of doctors. So my both grandparents were doctors, and they taught me that Prasun, we live to help others live longer. So that was the dream. So the driver for my journey has been to save as many lives as possible before I surrender mine. So that's the goal, and with that goal, I came to US to do a research on HIV. The first to find innovative drugs to treat patients suffering from HIV. And then from there, I quickly realized that a lot of the majority of people are dying because of cancer. So then I trained myself in the cancer biology and therapy at Rutgers University, and started my journey from there to the National Institute of Health, National Cancer Institute, to Genentech, Roche, and now running Agility Pharmaceuticals, which is artificial intelligence and robotics-driven drug discovery company. What we do is we first use the big data analytics to try to understand biology of the disease, and once we know the biology, what we the next step is to understand how we can target the biology using drugs that we have synthesized, and then drugs that we have never synthesized. There are billions and billions of compounds that are available to us.
To tell us a little bit about artificial intelligence and robotics, and why you feel or how they are helpful in your research work of discovering new drugs?
That's a very good question. So actually, folks who are in drug development field, they know that it takes $2.6 billion and 10 to 15 years to bring a drug to market. So artificial intelligence, with artificial intelligence, so these are machine learning algorithms where you can train the models with drugs or different structures to try to do the work for you in a much faster way. So using AI technology, what we are trying to do is we are trying to accelerate the discovery process and also reduce the costs. So the goal here being, can we reduce the costs? What costs to bring one single molecule to clinic by more than half, actually, and in half the time. So half the cost and half the time, actually. So this way we can bring more drugs to the market quicker, actually, than right now we do. Yeah.
So now, your mission with which you came to America, or the idea that you have to help save lives, more lives, and in that process, the conviction with which you have worked so far and are working, how do you identify the potential disease for which you would like to find cure through your research? And so far, if we talk about this process of having identified what are you trying to find cure for, and from that point of view, this drug development efforts on curing chronic diseases, talk to us a little bit about your journey so far and any major accomplishments or satisfying results that your research has helped you arrive at.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we are focused on chronic diseases. That's that chronic diseases actually kill. So they contribute to overall more than half the deaths that are overall half the deaths in this world, actually. And so chronic diseases are the diseases that that needs to be managed for long term, such as diabetes and cancer, actually. So we have focused on that. And as our population ages, actually, this is going to become a really big problem, big health problem for us to manage. That's why we focus on chronic diseases, and including cancer. We are doing a lot of innovative. We are taking a lot of innovative approaches to identify anti-cancer drugs.
You are very well known in your field, and you have worked closely in collaboration with not only academicians, entrepreneurs, I would say politicians also, and there are inherent areas of struggle in whatever you do. So you need to have a very strong conviction as well as something that sustains your enthusiasm to pursue your goal. So if I may request you to share, what is it that you may refer to as your role model, or what is it that motivates you?
Yeah, that's very interesting. Interesting thought that you have. So yeah, everybody has a body. So first goal is to be happy inside your body, to control, so first make your body healthy, and then try to change the world, right? So I think I follow certain rules of certain codes. I recently delivered a talk to MBA students where I outlined 7 secrets of success. Which is very, which I'm also working on a book to, and that will be published in 2018. So the first being, having a strong determination. Being an entrepreneur, you have to have a very strong determination towards the goal, actually. So, and the second is, not being affected by the public opinion, not to have a superiority or inferiority complex, to be down to earth and keep doing what you're supposed to be doing towards achieving your goal. The third being, keeping your mental equilibrium. So, day to day, every day is a different day, and there are ups and downs, peaks and valleys. So you have to always keep, a mental equilibrium, a calm mind, and deal everything, and make a decision. So that makes your decision making much more sharper, and you come up with a better outcomes, actually. And one more key approach that I follow is self-restraint. Try to, in the world of abundance, how to live a life of, like a, very balanced life, what you can call, make right choices. So, like when I talk about self-restraint, the Gandhi comes to my mind. Mahatma Gandhi. He said, self-restraint or self-control is the key to any key to success in life. Actually, so self, and then the last is diet. Actually, diet. So keeping a very good balanced diet, actually, for your healthy mind and healthy body. And last but not least, there's I think the respect for elders and teachers that you meet in your life, who will give you much more than you ever imagined if you just show some respect to them. And the seventh secret is just to understand all the 6 of the 6 that I mentioned to you, and follow that. Bring those in your life and live your life accordingly. So I think these are the principles that I follow, and and it has served me well so far.
Prasunji, thank you very much for sharing all these secrets of success, and I believe these ideas that you have concisely conveyed to us, including self-restraint, self-control, and not being swayed by potential attraction of abundance. Now coming to the idea of respecting elders, and when you are in the role of leading a group of people, you need to be respected, and you also give respect. So this is mutual. Let me ask your experience as president of a very important organization, American Association for Precision Medicine, which you have founded, and you are president and CEO of this organization. And this is one of the world's leading professional organization. It is dedicated to advancing the field of precision medicine. Now share with us what is precision medicine, and the other aspect where you work in a group and you want them to understand certain direction and to follow certain directives. Personally, how that experience has been, and what is precision medicine?
Yeah, so the two questions. The first is precision medicine is, so it's the right drug at the right time, to the right patient. So that's the model the precision medicine follows. So classical medicine was based on one size fits all. So so you will be receiving one drug for a certain indication. But then the goal of precision medicine is to learn from the patient's tissue samples or patient's disease which drug will work, and treat the patients with that specific drug. So that we spare the side effects for those who will not benefit, and only treat the patients who will benefit. So that's the beauty of precision medicine, and and at American Association of Cancer Research and American Association of Precision Medicine, we are a great group of people who work together. It's like a family. So that this brings to your second question, how in organization, how you structure an organization, and for me, it's like a structure of a family. Actually, where you don't really feel a restriction of sharing the ideas, bringing new ideas on the table, and of course respecting each other's professional and personal life and limitations, and helping helping each other to grow professionally and personally. Actually, I think that's the key to any culture, to any organization's success.
With lots of good wishes, may you continue to find more and more success, and follow with total passion and dedication the mission that brought you to America, to find ways which would help people stay healthy, and you always stay healthy, and this digital health may also find new ways to help the humanity through your efforts also. Once again, thank you very much for joining us, Prasunji. My guest today, joining us via Skype from San Francisco Bay Area, founder and the one who is leading Agility Pharmaceuticals. Lots of good wishes to him, and thanks to all of you for joining us. This is Ashok Vyas.